everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm showing you how to make delicious, decadent brownies that you can make right at home. You don't need a mixer, you don't need any fancy equipment. You just need a couple of bowls, and I have a couple of secret ingredients that will really amp up the chocolate factor in these brownies and the decadent factor of them too. So without further ado, let's get into it. You want to start off with your dry ingredients. So in a bowl, I'm adding 1.5 cups of all-purpose flour. And to that, I'm going to be adding 2 tablespoons of cocoa and then a teaspoon of salt. I know it might be weird adding salt into your sweet baked goods, but it really helps balance out the sugar and really enhances the flavors as well. So we're adding a teaspoon of salt. So that's it for the dry ingredients. We're just gonna give this a quick mix and set it aside while we prepare the rest of the ingredients. And then you can break up some of these lumps that are in there. You could choose to sift all the flour and the cocoa, but I find because they're all dry, it's pretty easy to break up the little clumps and you're left with a smooth mixture. You can just press up on the side here against the bowl and those clumps break up right away. Next, what we want to do is melt down our chocolate and combine it with our butter, the eggs, the sugar, the vanilla, and the espresso powder, which is essentially the secret ingredient, which really enhances the chocolate flavor. Anytime you have something chocolatey, the addition of coffee will really enhance that chocolate flavor. So that's one of the little tips I am recommending for these brownies. And so what we have here is a little saucepan and a larger bowl that we're gonna place on top. I've put some water into my saucepan and I'm gonna bring that to a boil, and the steam is going to melt the chocolate. This is a good way to, it's called a bain-marie. So essentially the steam heats up the bowl and then that's what melts the chocolate. It ensures the chocolate doesn't get burnt and it's the right consistency when we're melting it down. So I've chopped up some chocolate here. I've just broken it up in smaller pieces and it's already starting to melt. So we can give that a good stir and just make sure to use a hand towel or something like a glove or something to touch the bowl because it can get really hot from the steam coming down below. I'm just gonna stir this a little bit until the chocolate has melted. So to the chocolate, we're gonna be adding the butter. I've cut it up so it'll melt nicely together and evenly. Give that a good stir. And then to this, I'm adding the instant espresso powder. Just a teaspoon of that is enough to really enhance the chocolate flavor. This is what it looks like inside. And I'm just gonna measure a teaspoon and include that. Just sprinkle that in and stir it in. So I have my heat at the bottom, I have it like at medium-low. So you don't want a crazy amount of steam coming out of the pot, but you want it to heat up the bowl and melt the chocolate. Because I don't want the chocolate to overheat, I can go ahead and turn off the heat because the chocolate has melted. It's just the butter that's left and that melts pretty easily, and I can continue stirring until everything is nicely incorporated. Look how smooth that looks. It looks incredible. I just want to dip into it. It looks so good. So everything has melted. The residual heat has melted down the butter. And so we're going to remove it off the heat now. We're going to put it on the counter and add our sugars in. So I've removed it from the heat and we're adding our sugar, some white sugar and some brown sugar, which the molasses in the brown sugar really help with that richness and that decadence again. So another little tip, just add a little bit of brown sugar. So I'm just leveling off the sugar. With any dry ingredient, you want to level it off. Make sure you get the precise measurement. So I'm adding 1.5 cups of the white sugar. Away. And then I'm adding 1/2 cup of the brown sugar. With the brown sugar, you can go ahead and press it in. I'm just going to do that with a spoon. just to make sure you're getting the proper amount, because sometimes there's pockets of ear inside that don't have sugar, so you think you're getting more sugar than you actually are. So just press it down and make sure it's nice and compact. Put that away. And again, we're gonna give everything a good stir. This part, you might find it easier to use a whisk. We're gonna need the whisk anyways because we're gonna be adding our eggs at this point. So just set the spatula aside for now and then whisk everything in. Make sure everything's nicely incorporated. This smells amazing. I cannot wait for the finished result. So everything's nicely incorporated. There's no big chunks of the brown sugar left over, and just have this delicious, yummy chocolate mixture. To this mixture, we're now adding a tablespoon of vanilla extract. I just love vanilla extract. It, again, enhances all the flavors, brings them together, and makes it delicious. And we're gonna be adding a total of 5 eggs. So we're gonna start off with 3 eggs and mix those in really well, and then incorporate the other 2. What might be helpful for you is to break the eggs in a separate bowl, make sure there's no shells in there, and then include those into your batter. So I've got my bowl on the side here. I'm just gonna break up the 3 eggs. 1, 2. So I'm just gonna incorporate these eggs in and make sure they break up really well before adding the rest of the eggs. Get a little bit of an arm workout too. So that's nicely incorporated. I'm gonna add the other 2 eggs. Make sure you get the sides as well incorporated. Make sure everything is nicely mixed in. You can see how dense these are gonna be and how delicious. And then when we slightly underbake them, they're just gonna be the most gooey, delicious brownies. So the only thing that's left to do now is incorporate our dry ingredients into this chocolate mixture. And so we're just gonna get rid of our spatula. Sorry, we're gonna get rid of our whisk, and we're gonna use our spatula that we set aside earlier. And we're gonna incorporate a little bit, hold on. I don't want any of this batter to go to waste. Do that. All right, that's good enough. So what we're gonna do is incorporate a little bit at a time because we don't wanna over mix it. So we're just gonna probably do it in about like three stages. So we're gonna add a little bit, and then with our spatula, we're gonna go in and incorporate it. Make sure you're getting all that flour on the sides and then incorporate that. We're gonna add a little bit more flour. Incorporate it. The batter is so thick, but we don't want to over mix it and we don't want to over bake it because those 2 things will make it end up cakey, and the last thing we want are cakey brownies. We just want them to be nice and dense and gooey. So when you're mixing at the end, it's okay if you're gonna have a little bit of flour peeking through. So one more time, last little bit of flour. So you see how a little bit of the flour is peeking through? That's just fine, that's perfect. I also have a 9x13 baking dish. You can either, I've chosen to line it with some parchment paper, so it'll be easy when I'm done baking them. I can just lift everything off and slice it away. Or you can coat this with some butter and just coat all the edges with some butter, like some softened butter. and then that'll be easy to remove as well. So I'm just gonna go with the parchment paper today, just so it's easier to remove afterwards. Make sure you get every little bit of that batter into the pan. And then just make sure it's evenly distributed. Make sure you just have a smooth surface. So our brownie batter is now ready to be baked. I had my oven preheating at 350 degrees Fahrenheit. I'm gonna pop these in for about 20-25 minutes, maybe up to half an hour, depending on how hot your oven gets and how it cooks. What you wanna make sure is the edges are nicely cooked, but the center is just set. We don't want these to overbake because then we'll end up with cake instead of brownies, so that's what we're trying to avoid. So keep an eye on it. After the first time, you'll have a better idea of how long you need to cook it. Brownies are finished baking. I ended up having to bake them for 25 minutes. The edges are nicely cooked and the center is just set. So when we cut into them, they'll be nice and gooey. I'm gonna let these cool because otherwise, if you cut them right away, they're just gonna fall apart. So we're gonna let these cool. And I really hope you enjoyed this video and give this recipe a try. I'm positive once you make them, you and everyone that tries them will be obsessed with them, so you'll be making them on repeat. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and leave a comment down below, and don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss any of my videos. I post a new video every week on homemaking inspiration, cleaning motivation, and recipes the whole family will love. I'll see you guys next time.